Hello and welcome to this very special episode on Christmas presents for gardeners. Join me with a drink if you've not got one. Please take some time to pause the video and make one, and join me as we discuss Christmas presents for gardeners. Number one is a gardening magazine subscription. Now, the thing is with that, what gardener do you know that would not like a magazine subscription as a Christmas gift? Now, Paul has a subscription of Gardens Illustrated. This is a really great magazine. It's at the high end when it comes to magazines, as far as they're concerned, but honestly, it is well worth the subscription fees. It's a fantastic magazine. You get to see lots of different gardens from around the world, and it's just nice. It's one of those where you get lots of interesting photographs to look through and lots of articles in there about gardens, as I say, throughout the world. There's even a crossword in there at the back as well, which is quite interesting. But the pages, I mean, look at that. So essential elements. So we've got a garden design there. We've got some of the planting. We've got the actual design itself. Really, really high end, this magazine. So we're talking about design there. It's not really a how-to magazine. It's really a magazine that you get to read when you appreciate fine gardens. Speaking of gardens, there's a really beautiful garden there, and the title of this article in Gardens Illustrated is Autumn Glow. And what happens here is we take you through the planting. So you've got planting going on there, discussion of the planting, another really great photograph of the garden, and then we move on to 8 key plants from within the garden. And I think that's where Gardens Illustrated really does it for me, because you're getting the fantastic photography, a really great discussion about the gardens that are included in each magazine, and also the plants themselves. So you would be able to get these plants as well. And so you've got an entire plants list there to work from, and I think it's really great. It just does it for me. When I read a magazine, a gardening magazine, I know this is Paul's subscription, but I really like to read this kind of magazine more at the high end. As a comparison though, I do have another magazine to show you, and this one is Modern Gardens, and it says on the front, no green fingers required. So no green fingers required. And this magazine is great for somebody that likes gardening, they're into it, perhaps they don't know very much about it, or they're still new to it, or exploring gardening on their journey, and it has lots of fantastic things inside. So again, this is not at the high end, this is different. There's lots of crafty ideas in here as well as you've got recipes in there as well going on. So we've got a mince pie, brownie mince pie recipe there. But that's fantastic to try. Pet feeders, so bird feeders that will keep the pests out. We've got nursery advertisements and just general articles really on plants. It's got some really great stuff going on in there. But this is a great comparison. Garden makeovers as well, because that's really, really interesting, because, you know, as gardeners, we like to get ideas, and what better way is to learn from other people's experiences and other people's garden makeovers. It's fantastic. So enjoy your garden for indoors, lots of great tips there as well. So this one, so Modern Gardens, is one that is filled with tips, filled with ideas, very much a how-to magazine, very different from the Gardens Illustrated style of magazine. And this is something that you could buy for somebody. This type of magazine doesn't have to be these magazines. There's so many magazine subscriptions out there, but these magazines. Certainly this one is something that you could buy for somebody that, you know, isn't after the high-end type magazine. You know, they would appreciate, they're quite crafty, they like lots of tips and ideas and lots of, you know, baking, perhaps cooking, things to do that are garden related. And I just love it. It's the first time really, because Paul has this magazine on a subscription as well, and this is the first time I've actually looked through it, and I really do like some of the ideas in there. So we've got Satanic sticks. So put your patio pots on the nice list with these pint-sized Santa figures. And we've got how to make those there. So lots of crafting going on, which Paul is really, really into. And I just think, I mean, easy ideas for decorations as well, and the prices and how much they cost. I think that's just fantastic. I really do. And it's just great to have that contrast of magazines, that you can have the high-end magazine, but you can also have the opposite magazine that is a little bit more crafty and lots more ideas and hints and tips in there. So if you're looking for something to buy, that special gardener that you know, a garden magazine subscription is certainly the way forward. Number 2 on our list of special gifts for gardeners are online gardening courses. Who doesn't love an online course, and especially when it relates to our passion, gardening? You can get so many online courses nowadays. You can get a course for any topic, any subject. There's a course out there, and gardening is no exception. There are plenty of courses that are online that range from courses for beginners, intermediate to advanced. Learning with Experts has some amazing courses, and some of those are led, or courses have been designed by Noel Kingsbury and Pete Udolph as well. So 2 fantastic names from the gardening world there. And they have courses that are just mind-blowing. There's some amazing courses. And as a present, what a wonderful gift to have, you know, for someone to actually have a course that they can do in their own time, and just to immerse themselves in learning all about plants and about gardening. Another one is the Create Academy, where we have gardening experts like Dan Pearson and James Wong, and they do some amazing courses on there as well as so many other gardeners. And the courses range from, these type of gardening courses range from around anything from, say, £40 up to many hundreds of pounds. So it depends on how much you want to spend on that person. But you have the ability to go online, to look, see what courses there are, and choose something really special as a gift. The third gift idea on our list are vouchers. Now, vouchers are really, really popular. They're a great way of showing someone that you care, wishing them a happy Christmas, and a great way for that person to get some enjoyment from such a simple gift idea, really. RHS vouchers are a great gift idea. Now, these can be specific to flower shows, so a voucher that you get that someone can redeem and pay to the price of entering a flower show. The second one is the RHS shopping voucher, which can be redeemed at any RHS garden centre or gift shop. National Garden gift vouchers are another great idea for a voucher. As far as vouchers go, they're much more widely accepted at different garden centres, and definitely a go-to. I think that's a wonderful idea, the National Garden gift voucher. And lastly, if you know somebody that likes to go to a certain garden centre, so somewhere specific that they really love to spend time at, either in the cafe or just walking around the garden centre admiring the plants, then get them a voucher from that specific garden centre. We have a local garden centre that we really enjoy going to, and more recently we bought Mum and Dad a voucher for a very different occasion. It wasn't for Christmas, but it was for an anniversary. And we brought them a gift voucher from there, and they redeemed it by going into the cafe there and having a really nice meal together. It's such a good idea. Just when people like that specific place, that one special place where they really like to go, it's a good idea to get them a voucher from that garden centre, and then they can use it in whichever way they wish. Number 4 on our list is garden memberships, and these are fantastic gift ideas because people get to use their membership to go to different gardens. And an example of this is the RHS membership, garden membership, and partner gardens. So not only does the RHS do fantastic value membership, they also allow you to visit various partner gardens as well. And we visited with our RHS membership over the years so many different gardens that are not RHS owned, but other people's gardens that we get to visit through the partnership scheme, and I think it's a wonderful idea. That is a great gift idea. Also, there are other garden memberships such as English Heritage, National Trust properties, and there's just so many choices out there, places that you get to go to having a garden membership. Number 5, we have books. Now, who doesn't like to read a book, especially gardening books as gardeners? And I just think it's such a lovely, thoughtful idea. There's nothing better than receiving a book gift wrapped. You can always tell a book even when it's wrapped up as a Christmas present. And there's nothing better, I think, than receiving a book for Christmas. There are all kinds of books out there. I was quite surprised to realise that there are so many actual gardening fiction books out there. So many works of fiction that are based on gardeners, gardening, and it's fascinating. So for people that like to read fiction, there are lots of books out there. Also, with regards to non-fiction, so many different books published by different gardeners at different levels. And, you know, anything from creating a fantastic allotment to creating an amazing vegetable bed, so vegetable gardening, house plants, to garden design itself. And there are just so many books out there. And I think a book is a wonderful idea. It's just such a nice thing that, you know, people can sit, you know, whoever you buy this for, they're able to sit, relax, chill out, unwind at work, at home, you know, wherever after a long day, and just especially during the winter months when it's Christmas and it's cold outside and frosty, and they can just sit inside and have a good read. It's a fantastic gift idea. But so many book choices out there, there really are. Just get online, various price ranges as well for books. You can also travel to the bookshops as well. There's nothing better than visiting a high street bookshop like Waterstones as well. But the thing is with that, remember you're going to pay top prices for the books there. But that's okay if it's for someone special. You don't mind that. Number 6, gardening tools and accessories. Who doesn't need tools and accessories in a garden? As gardeners, we just love to be bought different things. And I think some of the greatest things are things like secateurs, trowels, gardening gloves, watering cans. There's so many things to choose from, so many different ideas, and it's just nice to open something on Christmas Day a little bit different to the norm, you know, something a bit unusual. And as a gardener, you know, we want to receive garden related gifts. It's not just all about the other things, it's about receiving those gardening gifts as well. And I think they make fantastic gardening ideas. Also, we'll go one step further, things like gardening clothing as well, because, you know, I mentioned the gloves earlier, and gloves are an important part anyway for safety as well as anything else in the garden. But there are other ideas as well, such as clothing For instance, I've got my Mad About gardening hoodie on. This is really, really warm, and we've got a whole range of gardening products actually on our YouTube channel. So if you click on there, you'll be able to see some of the gardening gifts that we've got on there. I think we've got everything. We've got mugs on there. We've got a little flask on there, I'm sure of it. Might be a water bottle, I think, I'm not sure. There's so many different gifts ideas, clothing and otherwise on there as well. So if you click on our YouTube link, you will be able to find lots of gift ideas there as well. But there are just so many ways in which we can let other gardeners brighten their Christmas with garden related gifts, and not just, like I say, the usual traditional Christmas gifts that we send to one another. It's nice to add the gardening ideas in there as well. Some of the things that I've bought for Paul in the past that he's really, really enjoyed, one specific thing that he's used the most is the garden plant labeler. So the plant labeler, and we actually did a video about that a while back that's been quite successful. And I bought him this plant labeler, and he's always using it. He uses it, he labels every plant, he uses it constantly, and that's been the most worthwhile gardening gift that I've actually bought for Paul. And also the gardening diaries. Now Paul tends to use now just a general book for garden related things at the minute. He's got a Bengal book after our Bengal cat son who passed away. He's got a Bengal book that he uses for a lot of things, certainly for filming as well, filming ideas, content and things like that. But any notes he needs to make, he writes in that. But in the past, we've bought, you know, official gardening diaries like RHS diaries and things, and they always went down really, really well. And, you know, everything would be included in that. So each day through the year, even in January, being out in the garden, what we did, what happened, you know, what the weather was like. They're really great ideas for gardeners, because gardeners do like to document things. It's always useful to look back at your successes and failures over previous years as well. You know, so it's quite easy to build up a collection over years over many years of gardening diaries that you can look back over. You can compare your growing conditions and what you've managed to grow this year to what you grew 10 years ago, 15 years ago. The weather, what was it like on this day so many years ago? And that's a really useful gift idea. Thank you so much for watching this little Christmas video with me. It's just something that we thought we would do some time ago. We meant to do this last year and we didn't do it, and so this year has been the year that we've done it. There are so many other gift ideas that we have as well, and in the future we will create another video as well regarding some of those other ideas. But for the minute, we thought we'd leave you to digest some of the information and some of those ideas that we've given you in the moment. And I hope that you've really enjoyed the video. I've enjoyed sharing a cup of tea with you. I'm going to drink the rest of this now. Just hang on. Because it was stone cold by the time I finished. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure to have you here. I hope that you have an amazing Christmas and find all the gift ideas that you're looking for. I'm sure that you will. Just stay focused and remember, you know, if it's someone that's you're looking for a garden related gift for, have a think before you go out shopping as well, or before you start looking online. Have a think about the kind of things that that person enjoys, because, you know, one person might enjoy some gardening socks, another person might think, what a crazy gift. We're always grateful for everything. I always believe in gratitude and being grateful for the gifts that we receive. But, you know, just think about the person involved. Think, do they like to read? You know, it's not much point in buying some gardening fiction to someone that doesn't read books at all. You know, if they'd rather have a gardening tool instead, so a new trowel or something like that. Have a really amazing Christmas, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thank you.